Solomon Owusu ne de A2 Mr. Alanchiremate wa yeka na adwun ye de akire Kofi Akpaloo pa ye nanim se during the week Kofi Akpaloo nkwasi asem okodi e wuntumi TV so wa bra okotena wuntumi TV so se on de eye ne de ne Nyankopon na eku eye Dr. Manebo amane omo wo eye plain crazy wo bo asimpatem ho no Kofi Akpaloo de osusu se ye nyame na eku omu na eye ono ne de particularly Kofi Akpaloo na any de or this answer mo betu dwa no Mr. Kwesi Prat aba ka na adwen kire no se bi adwene de adwene pe bi ni Kofi Akpaloo ti na no na Solomon Owusu enso abobọ na adwene de akire Kofi Akpaloo mu menko hensem odi tu dwa
realize the last 2 days Sena is not encouraging. I think we latched on to something that we ourselves did not understand. The democracy we are practicing is a sham. It's not nothing or anything to write home about. Because you see clearly, those that are rejoicing on this tragic situation and those that are mourning, and you look at them, it's a partisan divide. So now what is this? This morning I don't want to even go into the arena of that. What's the name of that gentleman? Akpaloo. I will leave him to his conscience and his gray hair. Let his conscience and his gray hair lead him to whatever determination he makes. That's such a tragic situation. I have been to the house or the family house of Alhaji Muniru. I have been to that of Mutala, and I have been to Omane Muhammad's house together with our leader, Mr. Alanchiremate. I have seen at first hand how families are devastated, how dreams have been shattered, how they may never, Senna, they may never get people of that caliber in their families. Akpaloo chose this occasion, not any other occasion, to go and sit on Wuntumi TV. And what was his disposition? That because cocoa prices were not increased to a certain amount, God was speaking to us. This is not only foolishness, this is madness. That is why I always tell you that Article 42 of our Constitution must be always reinforced. We must do what we call mind analysis. That people of sound mind, before someone puts himself up to be an assemblyman, a parliamentarian, a president, we must analyze the man. It's done in the US. Cognitive position of the person. He goes to say this nonsense, and the next day he comes to apologize. This is how we are treated too. But that is not enough. There is also another damning one that you wonder whether we are now breeding people who are not from this world. That a group of young NPP activists goes to have a Zoom meeting, and what they are discussing is that they are enjoying the death. They are so happy. In fact, they were even calling, they were praying that it would have happened to Sami Jemfi. Hey, Sana, is that where our politics are gotten to? Now, if this is politics, I'm not interested. The politics that you rejoice when someone is dead. No. It's a contest of ideas. Ni is here, Jafar is here, Mr. Pratt. We all express our opinions. After that, we go away. What is this big deal? Why must I wish that any of them died before I become relevant? So, for me, it is something that we have to deal with going forward. If it is this democracy that we want to practice, then we must invest in it to begin to renew minds. Because it seems to me that people do not even understand the system that we are practicing, which is not good. In terms of the rest of the people, I've already said, but those that are gone are heroes, as we will refer to them. Since Wednesday, it is the mirror that has captured my thoughts in a certain way. From service to silence. That is a banner headline the Mirror gave it to it this morning. And I believe that that is how this thing must be seen. From service. They were serving their nation. In fact, they were going to perform a duty, a state function. None of them knew this was going to happen. In fact, Omani Boama, I knew him the day he was contesting to become the NUC's president. I had never met him anywhere. I was on KUSC campus. They brought him those days when there was an election on the KUSC campus. We were champions, so not today that you people don't respect us. His family member brought him to me as an MPP member, and we were the kingpins of the TESCON. That he was one of our own, so we must do everything possible. We marshaled all the forces on the campus and made sure that he won the election. Immediately he won. His first statement got NPP people annoyed. That, hey, because his first statement was to caution government. I said, hey, we work for you only to come and caution government. It was one of the reasons why systematically he was dragged out of the party, because people forgot, including myself, that at that material time he was not serving the party interest, but he was the National Union of Ghana Students president. As for Murtala, was it not because of Murtala and Sweeney that you people took me to Tamale? On the 30th of December, mark that date, we were in a Christmas mood. We had Alaji and Alaji in Tamale. In fact, on this particular set, we are not less than 10 times that I met Murtala here. But you see, it is bringing a lot of memories, because you see, last year we lost a gem, Dr. Percy, on Alaji and Alaji. This year we have lost who? Dr. Sampiyali. Sampiyali, I remember there was a time, a day, he and Diva, the two of them, what they did to me on set. That time I was in MPP, me and them. And now, Dr. Murtala, maybe we have to, as Alaji, organize our own funeral. A memorial for these gallant men. It's very important. Alaji Muniru, so humble a person. As for Dr. Sapon, his human relationship, his in-depth analysis, oh, you love him. So I'm unfortunate, I never met any of the army guys. Samuel Abuaji, I know the family. But for someone to be trained to become a pilot is not a joke, especially in our country, which is so competitive. And to those that are saying that these were inexperienced people, to be a squadron leader, a squadron is equivalent to a major in the army. People are not educated. Exactly. And as understand married a month ago. Yesterday or yesterday night, I saw the wife of Manichum Ampadu, the flying officer. So sad. But it has happened. The truth of the matter is that once you are born, the next thing you must expect is what? Death. The only painful aspect of it is that the when, we all don't know, and the how. It is the how that is now paining us, because we didn't expect them to go this way. We all know we will go one day. I will not come and sit here. But the how is what we are mourning. And this morning I'll take inspiration once again from that Iluma song, Makramo. When you see me today, discuss whatever you will discuss, for you may never see me again. And that will be our departing or parting words. It was on that solemn day, the 28th of June, that Murtala exposed to me that people had attempted bribing him with $500,000. You were here, physical cash. That a friend and no person in the National Democratic Congress took the money to his office, wanted to give to him, he refused. I'm happy you were here. He shared it freely. And he couldn't believe that people were so much into money. Money, money, money. And one of his wishes, and this the government must do, because it was one of the things that he said on that day, that money was meant to bribe his conscience, because people were just buying CSR lands left, right, center. And that the professors and the doctors over there, they were no more thinking about the country, but how to steal. He had even commissioned PricewaterhouseCoopers to do a thorough audit. And he had even warned Pricewaterhouse that he had his own set of information. And that if they were going to write any report that would whitewash whatever was going to come out, it would be another matter because you will expose them. Pricewaterhouse will still be waiting for that report to reach him. For this one, he has given me clean and clear information. So now we know that lands have been sold. He was to be bribed to shut up. Does it not give you a clue? Were those who were there before, were they bribed to keep quiet? For which reason lands have been sold? It's not a good situation. Now, I agree with you once again. How the post-event is not only limited to some of these crashes, even road accident. Sometimes you go and see a tanker, fuel tanker, involved in an accident, and people are busily drawing the fuel. Hey! They don't care. So it's about time we invest time and energy in some of this, especially catching the young ones, educating them in situations of emergency. What are people to do? I also saw someone hold a part of the plane that he was going to keep it in the house for scrap. How? And I believe that we can deal with such matters by also involving journalists, because in all these situations, if journalists are also trained in security matters, they also get to some of these places. They could advise immediately, so that we can gather information. Once again, I couldn't agree with me and all those that have spoken, or my sister Jifa, the more that the conspiracy theory must be eschewed from our body politic. Anytime, this is the only country that prophets only see bad things. They don't see good things. They only see death. Senator, today you are not the president of Ghana. For Christ's sake, become president of Ghana. All the visions will be about you. Today they are not seeing anything about Senator. If Senator is not going to die, Senator is going to have stroke. If Senator is not going to have stroke, Senator may not see the mother. If Senator, what is this? You saw it, and so what? When your Bible has told you that God reveals to redeem, we beg. This is a scientific arena. It is the reason why the country itself, Ghana, we have an act called Act 1028. Aircraft Accident and what? Incident Investigation Act. There are procedures. If you go to the Chicago Convention at the 13, it spells out how investigations are supposed to be conducted. So at this stage, there is what we call data gathering. Then we move to data analysis and the reporting. And the essence is not to apportion blame anywhere. The essence is to avert future occurrence. That is all is supposed to be done. Not to apportion blame. It has happened already. Was it a technical fault? Was it a human error? Was it a bad weather? How do we deal with it? Are planes not fit for purpose? If not fit for purpose, how do we replenish them? These are crucial matters that have to be dealt with. And not conspiracy theories. by ignoramus. By ignoramus. And they want us to accept that. No, we are not going to accept that. So we would encourage, I understand the president has put in place a team. Fortunately, the black box has been secured. That is all we need. It will be subjected to forensic analysis. Pilots communicate. So you have the voice, the last words, what were they were communicating. That's the beauty of, in any case, the amount of fatalities by air is negligible. If you were to compare to road accident, between January to date, 1,500 able-bodied Ghanaians, maybe you have some few foreigners in there, are already gone. Last year we are told 2,000 plus, so added to it 3,000 something, they are gone. So it comes back to comprehensive policy to deal with our transport matters. Road safety. It's not negotiable. If we have to retrain our drivers, we have to. Our roads are not good. It's a known fact that we have death traps that we are dealing with. So we have to take it into consideration. Either than that, whether in the US or Europe or advanced countries, jets do crash. You think Kobe Bryant will be stupid to go and engage a half-baked pilot? But he died. So we shouldn't go there. Now our attention once again has to be drawn to what was captured in Daddy Lumbe's song. So when I'm gone, do not cry for me that is gone, but do take care of the children and the family that I will be leaving behind. That is the gravamen of the issue. Whether you like it or not, Tamale Central, someone is lacing the boot. Whether you like it or not, in the midst of this melee, someone is lobbying to become the next Minister of Science and Environment and what? Defense. That is the reality of politics. Then after that, what next to the families? I don't know whether when you become a minister, the state even has any insurance for you. The army, what is there for them? This is where we have to begin to have a comprehensive review of our system. To have an insurance policy, because some of them, mutalala, the children, they are not old, young. Amani too the same. What about Alaji Muniru? I saw the children. What about Anala? What about Mani Ampadu? 3 months old baby. As for Anala, I understand this year 3 of the family members. Tragic situation. And Nasado, married freshly. This country, even when the woman has never married before, it's difficult to even get a husband. You know stigmatization. How is the woman going to get out of, how is society going to help her out of this situation? That is what interests me the more. And at this stage, I want us all to commit this into memory. That beyond the tears, we must begin to think about how we help these families.